Alrighty, guys, it's like Johnny Depp said in that one movie. Is Bitcoin a MexiCAN or MexiCAN'T? And welcome back to the channel. If you are not subscribed, obviously smash that button, make it explode, and then click the bell icon so you're notified when new media comes out. Thank you for being tuned into this episode of the Mind Your Biz Market Roundup. We're going to talk about a couple things, but one of the biggest issues that we always face when we're talking about crypto markets is the fear and greed index. So we're going to start with that. Current score is 37, actually up from 34 yesterday. Last week was neutrality. Let's take a look at the trend though. And it looks like, yeah, we came up from extreme fear only a couple weeks ago, only a few weeks ago, into neutrality and then towards greed. That's right, towards greed, because of largely the price action of Bitcoin itself. That tends to move markets faster than anything else, or sentiment rather, more than anything else, is whether or not the market is moving. People are very reactive. People are very risk averse, especially VCs. Doesn't matter what they tell you on like Shark Tank or anything else. Most people are pretty risk averse, and so they tend to just let the market dictate their emotions instead of the other way around, allowing themselves to just be dispassionate, look forward, and then move the markets themselves. So he who has the coolest head wins. Let's take a look at that price action though. This is our chart over on tradingview.com. This is absolutely free. The tools that I'm using here are absolutely free. I'm not using the paid membership at all. So without even putting a referral link down in the description, guys, if you just go to tradingview.com, you can use the same tools that you see me using here. And of course, this chart is published for free. Looks like we're ranging sideways in that 40 to 50K range with Bitcoin. Just going to extend that range. If you remember, over the last several months, this has been what we've been tracking for some time. Shout out to CTO Larson for identifying these three ranges right here. I added the fourth, which was basically redder than red, right? Hotter than hot. Don't touch, don't DCA, like hide your wife, hide your kids, and hide your DCA money too, because you're going to get wrecked if you go in here. I knew people who went in very heavily at this point and at this point, mortgaged their homes, sold their vehicles, bought all the Bitcoin they could get their hands on, and then got absolutely dashed to pieces as the market corrected to heavy amounts here. I felt okay DCAing down from this yellow range into the green, all the way back up a little bit into the yellow again, and here we are once again. Guys, the chopsticks are our key indicator, our main indicator here at Mind Your Biz. The chopsticks, unfortunately, have not panned out the way I hoped that they would. And I think I gave you that disclaimer. Have I not given you a disclaimer recently? I think I probably need to. None of what I show you on this episode or on this segment is meant to be legal, financial, business, or investing advice. Even if I were a financial advisor, you are not retaining my advice. You're not retaining my services. You didn't pay for me to give you any kind of an official position or opinion on whether or not this is a good market to buy in or sell in, and I don't have the credentials to do that sort of thing. Just, guys, I have to disclaim it. It's part of the game. Thanks for playing with me. But this is the range that we've been describing in our chart for the last little while, guys. And no, I'm not a certified financial financial advisor or a wealth management advisor. We'll take a look at some basic indicators though, guys. On the one-day chart, we see that the MACD has flipped bearish, actually not bullish. We were in that sort of in that mode the last several days. Thank you, Bitcoin 2022. We've gotten a lot of really great announcements out of Miami over the last several days last week, but we've also kind of had, as per usual, we've had a flipping of the market. See, the MACD flipped, and now we have a divergence to the bearish side. Look at that histogram. 3 solid days of heavy bearishness and 3 solid red candles. Even though we had that green candle yesterday, 3 solid red candles, and we're almost ready to drop back into that really healthy DCA territory where, for me, I got no problem buying here, throwing dollars after Bitcoin in this range. We're just not there yet. We haven't been for almost 2 weeks at this point. So, you know, buyer beware. If you're looking at Bitcoin right now, it's almost on sale. Kind of on sale for the last couple of weeks, but almost on sale. We get that artificial propping up. We almost need to redraw our chopsticks here because I don't see us doing a reversal. We almost had a reversal right there yesterday, but let's go ahead and reset these chopsticks now. I think we are definitely, it's safe to say we're in a downward trend. Take that red candle and use that as our bottom, and then take those red candles, the kind of the start of that move and the end of this move, as our top candle. That's kind of the channel that we're working in right now. And if we're really fortunate, maybe Bitcoin does go back to that really solid DCA range. Maybe it does really go back to that really tasty price that we'd all like to see it at over the next several days. Who knows? Maybe in a week's time, we're back in the green. We're back in that great DCA range. But you guys, no promises here. Just throwing some lines on a chart. So do your own research. But the headlines, guys, the other thing that kind of helps people decide how they feel about Bitcoin in this fear and greed index, first off, it's measured on Twitter and Reddit, but how they decide is headlines. Mexico's third richest man says no to bonds and yes to Bitcoin. This is courtesy of newsbtc.com. And guys, this article is essentially saying that 60% of this man's net worth is out of fiat currencies, not in bonds, not in commodities, not in oil, not in gold, not in silver, not in anything else, but in Bitcoin. Yeah, this guy just decided this doesn't make sense for me in the current economy, in the modern state of things. It doesn't make sense for me to put my dollars or my pesos into anything else, any of the other currency that he may hold in Forex. He decided to divert into Bitcoin. So kudos to this guy who's just like really a solid example, sterling example of why you shouldn't put your good money into sterling silver. Haha, get it? But into Bitcoin instead. Guys, this episode is sponsored by Forgotten Chain. That's right. Forgotten Chain is a brand new MMORPG that's launching on the Binance Smart Chain network very, very soon. Here's their trailer. Let's go ahead and watch this together. This is the Forgotten Chain blockchain game official trailer, launched on January 31st of this year. Ooh, these are pretty cool looking characters. Let me get that full screen for you guys, get a better view. Welcome to the Forgotten Metaverse. I gotta narrate it down. Welcome to the Forgotten Metaverse. A brand new guy in the middle of the forest. Play to earn an MMORPG. Castles falling apart. What is the absolute state of things? The world needs a hero. Could it be you? The world needs somebody. Maybe you. Ladies walking down the street with a horse. Because it's an old-timey MMORPG. Dragons running right past you so you can slice down the skeletons who offer no resistance. Falling down to the belly of the volcano. Ah, she finds the big bad, the man with the antlers. What is this? Is it a Studio Ghibli film? No. It's an MMORPG. Don't die alone. Slash them till they disappear to give you your rewards. Slash, slash. Hack and cut. Sword and sorcery up in this mug. Oh, she's kicked. Is she down for the count? Will she go down without a fight? Smashed again. Who will save her? An aura of goodness. Nope, it's another player, the creepy old guy. Pound the ground. Slash the big bad. Double time, double team. He's a goner. Welcome to Forgotten Chain. Coming to a video game console near you. Just kidding, guys. It's actually not going to be a console game. Forgotten Chain is coming to Windows PCs. So it's going to be capable of running on Windows 7, Windows 10, and of course Windows 11 with very, very light PC gaming requirements, actually. Go ahead and get rid of that trailer right there. The site is ForgottenChain.com, and thank you again to Forgotten Chain for sponsoring this segment of the Mind Your Biz market segment, or market coverage. And see a lot of the in-game assets here, the knight, the sword there, the mini knight, little bony knight right there, the castles, the various different houses. Look at that little buttress right there to the side. I think that's technically a buttress there. Various characters, they're really big into the wide stance. This mage, it's a very pretty dress, mage. I like your dress. It's a pretty color blue. There's got to be a female character somewhere, because that would be interesting. All right, guys, but it's actually a very vibrant ecosystem with NFTs. It's play to earn, as you would expect. Built on Binance Smart Chain, that's when it's going to launch very, very soon. The FAQ is linked down in the description of our video. Thank you again to our sponsor for that. And there is a smart contract audit report that I'm also linking to down in the description of this video. Most important thing for you to be aware of if you're interested in Forgotten Chain, if you want to check it out after them sponsoring this segment, is that they've got a ton of information on their Discord server. They have over 12.5 or nearly 12,500 members of that Discord server. So you've got members of that server with sort of established status inside of the server. They've answered a lot of questions. Very vibrant community, very helpful community. You can ask questions there and then prepare yourself for when not only the token launches, but also the NFTs launch. So prepare yourself if that's something you're interested in. I am not currently invested in Forgotten Chain, but this is a sponsor segment, guys. I just want you to be aware that I'm not telling you to buy anything, but I am going to say if you're interested in play to earn games and you're interested in something like this, then you should go check out their Discord server. It costs you nothing, and then you're prepared in case it does drop in a time frame that you're ready or that you want to get exposure to a game like this. All right, guys. Appreciate the Forgotten Chain folks for paying the bills there. Oh, hey, you know, one more thing. This is their GitHub repo. This is what was audited. I'm going to link to that as well, guys. It means a lot to me that you go and check that out. Also, the landing.forgottenchain.com site will show you more about their token drop. You need to be aware of what the laws are in your territory throughout the world to know whether or not this is the best option for you, guys. Staying safe and being compliant with local regulations is always your job. Okay, so please do your own research there. Let's switch gears and take a look at our current GPU mining profits, guys. We haven't done this in a couple of days, and I'm really feeling the lack, guys. We need to take a closer look at this. RTX 3090 Ti. First off, I need to take a big step back from yesterday's content where I talked about the potential slowdowns in TSMC and various other fabrication facilities throughout the world with the potential for neon gas derivatives or neon gas products coming out of Russia, potentially being slowed down and supply chain potentially being crimped, right? And having a problem with neon gas going into these fabrication facilities. Need to take a big step back and just let you know. I took a look at the 3090 Ti right now, and it's currently averaging at about $2,000-ish for the 3090 Ti, top of the line card for the 3090 Ti. No, I'm not going to walk back my comments from yesterday. I'm not going to say, like, oh, it was wrong and prices really won't go back up. I don't know that. I'm not super convinced of it. I am still concerned that prices could creep back up. I'm not trying to scalp anything. I don't have any inventory to scalp to you anyway. That's not my purpose in bringing that up. I'm legitimately trying to look out for you if you're curious and wanting to get an upgraded card. This might be the right time to do it. I think if you wait another 2-3 months, we may already start to see prices creep back up. I realize that overlaps with Intel launching their new cards and trying to take a bite out of Nvidia's current market dominance. I'm not convinced because we're not even back at MSRP for a lot of these cards just yet. And I think that these manufacturers may look for any possible excuse to raise prices again. Some of the German auto manufacturers, for example, have had to resort to purchasing refrigerators. I mean, like consumer-oriented retail refrigerators that you'd have in your kitchen in order to scrap the FPGAs out of them and other chips out of them. The semiconductors are that backed up. So I got a lot of backlash from yesterday's video. Guys, I'm not gonna back down from this. I do think that we got a lot of people in the space who they're looking through rose-colored glasses at the potential for prices to continue to go down, and I'm just not convinced anymore that will be the case. I'm looking at doing upgrades for myself, and I'm just being very open with you that I think you should too. So throwing that out there, just I think it behooves me to warn you. So I don't stand to gain anything from that other than maybe, being right again, like I was with Chia and like I was with workstation class cards in the 2018 altcoin season. So I don't know, guys. I am trying to do right by you. We'll see how it plays out. I hope I'm wrong. I legitimately do. I hope the prices do not go back up. I really do. I hope that. But I don't think I am. So let's see how that plays out. Currently, though, that 3090 Ti coming in at about $2,000. That's about the average now. I was mistaken before. The 3090 was selling for almost $3,000 only a few weeks ago, and now the 3090 Ti is selling for about $2,000. Thank goodness, it's a little bit of relief. And those who are in the know, those who are looking for these sorts of things, may be able to buy them now. That said, global inflation has hit. We're seeing the rise in price for the cost of goods and gasoline everywhere we go. So there's nobody escaping that. And this is kind of, it could be a red herring, right? Like, hey, buy tech, when really you can barely even afford food and gasoline and basic services that you need for for sustaining yourself and your family. So, definitely take stock of your own situation. But just to say that the prices have come down, and it looks like, unfortunately, so have the profits. So Ethereum at a cost basis of 14 cents per kilowatt hour, Ethereum is only yielding about $4.40 on that 3090 Ti. It's still a $2,000 card, guys. That's a lot of money to spend for a maybe a 500 day, a 400 or 500 day ROI, 400 or 500 day break even. No, nobody likes that. All right, so down to the bottom of the list, though, these are our suspects for coins that may be mineable for profit right now. Ycash, again, I'm always surprised by that to see it on the list. Ethereum Classic, Quark Chain, Z Classic, just still turning up like a bad penny. Just when you think it's like gone away, it comes back into profitability. Ergo, Zero, Beam. Obviously, there's NiceHash, which means there should be an opportunity to sell your hash rate over on miningrogrentals.com. I strongly recommend that you take a look at that as an alternative to NiceHash. Conceal, Ryo, Equilibria. What else is on the list? Not much. Hey, there's a name I have not seen in a long time. Synovate is on the list, guys. Synovate, I haven't seen it profitable to mine in quite a while. It could be that because there is some block rewards misreporting on their blockchain that we're just getting bad chain-based data over here on what to mine, though. But there it is on the list anyway. Conflux. What else is handy here? Looks like not much else. That's pretty much the list of what is profitable right now. Not seeing Flux, not seeing Raven, and I'm not shocked, frankly, at this point. And why would I say that? Well, I'd say that because right now, Flux node rewards, like running a Flux node, is giving such healthy rewards that some people are not seeing the point in mining it. So the network security is pretty solid. Both Flux runs its own Zell hash, which is a unique Equihash variant, and then Raven runs a unique variant of Prog POW. They're very, very memory hard algorithms is what I'm saying, and there aren't any ASICs for either one of them right now that we know of. It could be that there are FPGA based algorithms, bit streams that are created for the Flux algorithm, Zell hash at some point in the future, but right now they are placing a lot of heavy incentive on running the Flux nodes. Why? Because that's their main market offering. That's their unique value proposition. It's not just tokenization, because there are plenty of EVM chains that do that inexpensively and actually quite simply on from Polygon to Binance Smart Chain to Phantom to Avalanche to the upcoming Pulse chain, which I think is going to just be awesome and completely dominant when it hits the market, kind of making what Ravencoin has offered its main value proposition not irrelevant, because it is very simple to make assets on Ravencoin. I mean, dead simple. It really, really is from the wallet client, but it kind of loses its luster when you don't have zero knowledge capabilities on that chain, when you don't have the ability to do ERC 721s or ERC 1155s or various series with unique serialized numbers inside of a series of unique assets that are minted on Ravencoin. So it's not that I think it's without value, it's just that I think that it missed its moment. It missed its on-ramp into serious NFT business, where you got EVM chains that can do not only that, but also add zero knowledge proofs or some kind of ZK snark smart contract capability a la Tornado Cash to add privacy back to the chain. And unfortunately, Ravencoin doesn't do that. When I spoke to Tron and Jeremy, you can see that interview on the channel. When I spoke to them directly, they admitted there was not a roadmap to having privacy added to Ravencoin. I don't think that's changed. So for me, I'm just not as big a fan. Flux was a fork of the post-sapling Zcash. So it's got ZK snarks right there in the top level code base. Doesn't need to be rebased to add privacy. It's already got it in the code base. So just to be aware, guys, that's kind of why I'm excited there. But I think that there's going to be a bit of a pull back from the profitability of mining in both, as we see on whattomine.com, because the incentive is in different places right now. Unfortunately, I don't see either one of them being the ETH killer in terms of hash rate when Ethereum goes proof of stake and the beacon chain finally emerges. I'm not seeing that happen, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe you think differently about that. Maybe you know something I don't. Tell me in the comments, guys. You're out of control, and I'm here for it. So please do tell me what you think about that. But What's in Mine is telling us that ETH Classic and then the Ethereum algorithm, Dagger Hashimoto over on NiceHash, that's the business right now for any of these top earning cards, but it's really Ethereum. So when the beacon chain merge happens, if the Ethereum core devs go buck wild and try to really push that through, this is going to get really bad, actually really, really fast. So if that does happen, and we do see that the secondary markets for GPUs start to really get flooded, then maybe we will see that price drop. But in the used market, not in the new market, I still think that's totally true, that in brand new inventory, that we will not see a dramatic price decrease. But again, what do you think, guys? Tell me down in the comments. Here for it. All right, that's our What to Mine update. But let's take a look at our GPU mining portfolio over on CoinGecko.com. I've got Flux in the #1 spot. Let's pay attention to what has been a good hold, right? A good mine and hold. And clearly, Flux is out here kicking butt, taking names, breaking ankles, and elbowing people in the throat, right? Equilibria is a distant second place. Ton Token, distant third place. Cortex, fourth. Ethereum is number 5. It barely makes the top 5 at only 33% up in that long-term hold since last May. We're almost a year into this portfolio being made and covering this portfolio on a regular basis as part of the Mining Market Signal, guys. The very first to give you a 360-degree view of both mining markets and just markets in general. But here we are again, still at it, showing you what the long-term hold prospect has been for GPU mining. Don't get it twisted, guys. There are people with louder voices, there are people with bigger channels, but ain't nobody better than the Mine Your Biz audience. That's you. So thank you for being here and encouraging me to make this type of content. Appreciate you very much. All right, guys. That's our top 5 there. But it doesn't tell us what the last 7 days have been like. Still, long-term hold, there's only a few that are actually in the money. Mimblewimble Coin, Safecoin, which is not even GPU mineable anymore. And then Matic, Aave, interest-bearing, wrapped ETH. So it's really wrapped Ethereum on Matic that we're talking about there that are kind of in the money. Last 7 days, to keep things interesting, it's Equilibria, Zero, Ton Token, Ryo, Cortex, and Conceal. So more recently, if these have been in the money for daily mining profits, they've also been in the money in terms of their 7-day price movement. So that's exciting, but the longer term hold has been with those strong fundamental projects. Take a look at our P&L, and it just doesn't lie. Flux has just yielded more. So with that $1,000 entry, which gave us about 6,100 Flux tokens, that is, it's not quite, I don't think it's quite enough for a single Flux token, depending on the sizes of, or Flux node, depending on the size of the nodes required, the collateral required to be able to run a Flux node, but it does get us in the vicinity and then allows us to earn, not passively, but with low power requirements on, say, a single board computer like the Raspberry Pi. So just be aware of that this stack will add to itself over time as well. Equilibria, not so much. Ton Token, Cortex, and the rest here, not so much. Ethereum, maybe, if you got 32 of them. That's quite a heavy bag, and we only put $1,000 into this paper tracker. So moving from GPU mining over to hard drive mining, really quickly, guys, I want to take a look at these portfolios because we haven't checked into the full portfolio in a while. Storage is the only one that's in the black. Everything else is in the red. Oof. Chia, down in the dumps, still scraping all-time lows at $66. I think it actually dipped a little bit lower than that before. Guys, I'm going to say something that is now uncontroversial, but when I first said it, y'all wanted to hang me from the nearest tree. Chia is, it doesn't have strong fundamentals. It just doesn't. We've done hard drive mining. It failed with Burstcoin. We've done smart contracts tacked on top of, bolted on top of UTXO systems, a la Cardano. They don't work. So to think that both those things combined is going to somehow be the magic bullet to cure all of the blockchain industry's ills? Nah, guys, I don't think so. I don't think so. Chia's not there yet. And I mentioned that I might grab a bag as we get to this sort of as we test the new support levels with Chia. I don't know, guys. I might have to back out of that. I might have to renegotiate here and get myself out of that kind of a commitment because I don't even think I want to have it as an experiment, as a social experiment. There's so many other projects that are doing so much better that just, I think, deserve my money, your attention, and our focus together, right? So you tell me if you feel strongly about this the other way, guys. Tell me if I'm obligated here and if I absolutely have to go pick up a bag of Chia just out of morbid curiosity, but I don't really want to do it, guys. I don't want to do it. Don't make me if I don't have to. But it's still our biggest loser in terms of P&L. However, over the last 7 days, let's see what's been winning, what's been losing. Wait, Chia's up. Or it's down, rather, 4%. It's down. It sucks. It has sucked the least over the last 7 days to have Chia than any of these other tokens. But still, it's only storage that has maintained any profit at all over the long hodl. All right, guys, CPU mining portfolio. Let's check in there as well. Epic Cash doing what it do. 885% up. But it's been a rough week, but it's still up and it's in the black. Raptorium as well, 470% up. Not that really heavy profit that we saw before, but I did tell you when it was the right time to maybe take some profit. I suggested it might be a good time to take some profit for Raptorium and for Epic Cash. I hope that if that describes your situation, that you did so without dumping, right? I know that the having done interviews with both of the lead devs for both of these projects, that they mean well. They've done honest work. They in earnest and in good faith they've put forth a lot of their own time, a lot of their own personal expense to be able to get these projects off the ground, to innovate, to continue to build on top of them, to pivot when necessary, say with Raptorium, away from the Ravencoin code base, which was not cutting the mustard, right? Not doing what it needed to do. And then doing so many other things in terms of publicity, community building, and everything else. They've put in a lot of work. So I don't think that they are, and I also don't think they're a flight risk, right? I don't think this is going to be one of those rug pull projects. I don't think either one of these fits that description. So hopefully you took profits without dumping is what I'm saying. But I think that the opportunity to take profits, it's not quite over yet, but from that long-term hodl, guys, we did definitely see much higher numbers in the P&L, and you could have divested some of that bag in order to still keep a moon bag that was equivalent to what you originally put in. So take that with a grain of salt. Maybe that describes what you need to do. Maybe it doesn't. Monero, which is kind of our canary in the coal mine, is currently trading at 13.5 cents. I love to see that. Monero has been doing a little bit better over the 1 hour, and over the last 7 days, I think it's actually one of our best performing coins. That said, Monerotopia in Miami has been going on concurrently with Bitcoin 2022, as well as Shitcoin 2022, the aptly named event across town. And I mean, I just got to say it. So Annalise, Ken Bosak, Rice, Blood, Adam, everybody out there in Miami, guys, sorry I couldn't be there with you. I really do regret not being able to go there and speak at both Shitcoin 2022 as well as Monerotopia. It really does pain my heart that I was not able to be there in Miami to be with the crew, talk about all things altcoin, privacy, and privacy by default in particular when it comes to Monero. So my apologies. I will do better. I will be better soon. Guys, that's our portfolio, though. The Monero, the unofficial testnet for Monero is at 13.5 cents. Let's see how that compares to Doge over on ASICs. Guys, we know that Doge is now going to be whitelisted for withdrawal from Robinhood very, very soon. So that gave it, I think, a little bit of positive price action. The only one that had positive price action over 7 days, it looks like, from our ASIC mineable portfolio, and that's popped it above Monero, but only a little bit, 14.3 cents for Dogecoin. Everything else, kind of, not looking so great. Yeah, not so much. We got Zcash and Bitcoin that are in the black, but really not by much. Our ASIC mineable coins are not looking so hot, but this is half the reason that we do mining, folks. This is what gets us into mining, is the fact that we have gotten a subsidy on power, as opposed to purchasing this with dollars, right? Throwing good money after bad if there's a negative price movement. But instead, we get our crypto at a discount, right? Our Bitcoin and our crypto at a discount. So that way, when there is a little bit of a negative price action, negative price movement, we're okay. That's why one does the mining. That and, sovereignty, being able to get those coins directly, fresh from the network, instead of buying them from a broker or instead of KYCing to get them from some other traditional finance broker or air quotes trusted individual. All right, take a look at this FPGA mining portfolio. Cadena's still in the black. Everything else is getting its face punched. Teller is our biggest loser, though, down bad. Over the last 7 days, though, it looks like our least worst loser is Nimic. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but Cadena's the only one that's actually in the money based on our paper trade. Bitcoin, 0x Bitcoin looking manipulated AF, boy. That just looks bad. That sharp spike up, just crazy. But hey, it's 0x Bitcoin. What else is new? We're used to seeing maybe a little bit of manipulation in that market, so deal with it. All right, proof of stake smart contracts. What do you got for us? Terra is still our biggest winner. Biggest winner. So over 1,000% up in Terra. It's almost $13,000 after putting in $1,000. Avalanche, Phantom, Solana, then Cosmos Hub. Guys, this is the dream team here. Terra with its stablecoin UST has just been killing it with that Bitcoin reserve. Now, I myself have some reservations about the Bitcoin reserve that is being amassed by the Terra team to supposedly back up the UST stablecoin. It does a couple things that I think are kind of risky. I'm just going to throw this out there. Not that I'm a doubter or a hater by any means, but I do have some concerns about it. If the price of Bitcoin goes down, what does that do to the reserve of UST? How are they meaningfully pegging the Bitcoin reserve to UST? Is it over-collateralized? If so, that's fine. Is there a published rate to which it is over-collateralized to back up the UST reserve? If so, fine. I'm not seeing that anywhere. Are you? Let me know in the comment section if I've missed something, if I got something wrong, but I don't think that they've set a collateralization ratio for the Bitcoin going into that reserve to back up UST. And further, it's not happening on chain. There is no Bitcoin wrapping on chain that directly backs up the UST supply or dynamically adjusts the UST supply in the event of liquidation, right? Or it creates a liquidation event because of a collateral ratio being violated to the downside. Right, or being not met to the downside. I don't think we see that with UST. I don't think we see that with Terra. That's a bit of a problem. And the inverse is true as well. What happens if Terra or UST has a problem? What does that do to the price of the broader Bitcoin industry? Do Kwon, the leader of the Terra ecosystem, leader of the Terra project, has gone on record as saying that second only to Satoshi, they want to have the largest Bitcoin holdings anywhere in the world. And if they do achieve that, first off, it'll be quite a feat, but it does have implications, very negative implications, if they fail in their mission or if they cause a problem in their implementation of some kind of a reserve. It's currently being held in a multi-sig, and that's it. We have their word for it that this Bitcoin reserve is somehow meaningfully backing the UST supply. I know that I'm missing something here, guys. I know that I am. And the internet being what it is, I know you're going to tell me what it is that I've missed. So please do tell me down in the comment section what you think the issue is there. Is it all rainbows, unicorns, butterflies, and pots of gold at the end of said rainbow, unicorn, butterfly events? So just tell me, guys. Tell me, what am I missing here? I need to know from you. I need to hear from you. But still, Terra isn't the #1 spot because it is just gobbling up everybody else's lunch. It's not even close. Look at Avalanche and our paper gains here, guys, in this tracker. It's ridiculous. It's an order of magnitude higher, the number of gains. Now, is it a direct 10x? No, it's not. But we've got that extra decimal place there in gains. Dang, them gains. Terra is just killing it, guys. Cosmos Hub, not to be outdone, is still in the top 10, though. It's only 82% up from when we first made this paper trade. But guys, you've been hearing me say for a while, you cannot sleep on Cosmos. Let me say that again for the camera. You cannot sleep on Cosmos. The IBC gang is too strong. It's too powerful. You don't see Polkadot in this top 5, even though I think we shouldn't turn our back on Polkadot. You don't see it in the top 5, but you do see Cosmos Hub in the top 5 because of the moves that all of the sub-project application-specific chains are making, and the fact that all of the tokens are interoperable between those application-specific chains. Guys, Cosmos is the interblockchain protocol king right now. Now, do they play nicely with EVM? Not yet, but Evmos is going to change that. Do they play nicely with Polkadot? Not yet, but Evmos is very likely going to be that bridge that helps the EVM-facing side of Polkadot interface with Cosmos. You see where I'm going with this? Cosmos is making those moves. They're actually putting into reality, putting into their roadmap and publishing right now, rather, putting into production what a lot of other blockchains have just been talking about for many, many years, which is inter-blockchain capabilities. Even Terra is a member of that IBC gang, that IBC ecosystem. All of your IBC wallets, Kepler, etc., that run Cosmos can also hold Terra and UST. It's huge. Don't sleep on Cosmos or the Cosmos ecosystem. There, I said it a bajillion times. I said it enough. It's also not advice. All right, jump back into it here, guys. Let's take a look at the rest of this lineup here, though, guys. Biggest losers are Internet Computer, womp womp, Neo, oh no, and then Neo, oh no, and then EOS. Are we really shocked by this? I don't think we should be. That's just my take on it, guys. Kusama is there in the middle of the pack. Polygon kind of towards the middle of the pack again, about $1.50. I still think I think Polygon is on sale right now. Personally, that's my take on it. Last 7 days, though, guys, what do we got? Biggest loser is Zill. Second biggest loser is Harmony, then Neo in that order. Phantom is taking a hit as well. Same with Wax. I'm a little bit surprised by that. BNB is our least worst hit project. Then there's Ethereum and Cosmos. Hey, what did I just say? Yeah, I just told you, Cosmos. It fared relatively well over the last week. So I think that's a little bit of proof right there, guys. The junk drawer, I think this is the guilty pleasure, right? Everrise looking manipulated AF. Look at those Bart Simpson formations and the inverse Bart Simpson. That is not natural. That is not right. That's not right, my brother. That's not okay. Something is really wrong there. But Everrise is a bit of a joke, our entry point there. Same with Saitama Inu, still printing those amazing gains. When I told guys, when we saw that it was almost $2 million for that initial entry point, I mentioned you had to take profits. And if you were in that position at 1.5 million, then you should have taken that profit and then just let the rest of that bag ride, of course, and you would have still had something. But here we are looking at almost $250,000 profits for still just $1,000 invested. Dang. Somebody out there had that kind of luck, though. That definitely happened for them. Floki Inu, number 3. UFO Gaming, Dogelon Mars round off the number, the top 5. Hex looking a little bit dog-eared right now. It was over 16 cents, if I recall, just the last couple of days, and now it is down to 13 again. So it's on sale again in preparation for the Pulse Chain mainnet, which is happening very, very soon. Everdome, like a champ, staying above 4 cents. Ha! It just keeps on going, guys. Everdome is just killing it. Very big news coming out very, very soon. Don't want to leak too much. It wouldn't be a leak, actually. So Fame MMA gonna do a dedicated video about this in the next couple of days because I'm really excited about it. But Fame MMA has partnered with Everdome and with the Meta Hero Project to create full life-size versions or fully immersive versions of their fighters. Guys, Fame MMA is a huge organization based in Poland, so of course they would partner with the biggest blockchain projects in Poland. I can't wait to tell you about that, though, guys. So Everdome, I'm expecting to see it pump just a little bit upon that happening. But that's a higher up in the list. Somebody the other day, somebody really badmouthed GMT token in the comments section, which I don't understand. Covered the GMT token some months ago, but here it is at almost 100% profit from when we first put it into the portfolio. So, you know, if you don't like gains, fine. Then GMT token isn't for you. I think we would agree on that, guys. If you don't like gains, stay away from all these projects here that printed gains when we first put our paper trades in. If you do like profits, though, then maybe consider that I covered them for a reason and that I put them into the portfolio for a reason. And, I mean, you can choose to have them in your own portfolio or not, but no one's telling you that you have to. It's entirely up to you, but they're in the portfolio for a reason, guys. All right, guys. What else we got here by way of biggest losers? Unfortunately, very bottom of the list. Let's see. We don't actually have any entries for Hedron or for Volt Inu yet. We need to add these, though. Clearly, Volt Inu has done just fine over the last 7 days. And Hedron, took a 25% hit. Yikes. Yikes! It got its face punched. Bone and then DeFi Yield Protocol taking another really big hit. I don't know what's happening there as well. QuickSwap is on the rise. They are looking to vote to have their 1000X, I think, token split. So that's going to be pretty cool there. Sushi also kind of taking a hit there. Let's take a look at stacked ranking here for 7 day. It looks like, yeah, Thorchain. Wow, Thorchain is on sale. That said, Thorchain popped up really fast the week before, so it was kind of ripe for a correction anyway. Maybe it's the right time to acquire some. Got that $2.5 billion market cap. It's not like it's going anywhere, but it is building a lot. If you like the idea of permissionless Bitcoin swaps with other cryptocurrencies, well, Thorchain's part of that IBC gang as well. We've talked about that also. Part of the Cosmos ecosystem, guys. And one of those strong fundamental projects, they chose to build on Cosmos. I'm not shocked. Are you? All right, guys. Biggest gainer over the last 7 days. Everrise and Volt Inu, guys. Do not underestimate the power of meme coins. Baby Saitama as well. Let's go from the junk drawer into our final side of the portfolio. IBC gang. What you got for us, IBC gang? Terra, killing it. Cadena, Secret, Cosmos Hub, Osmosis, all in the black, all showing gains from when we made that initial paper trade. Let's take a look at the last 7 day, though. The last 7 day, our least worst performing project is Akash Network. And you've heard me talk about how, well, I like the mission and vision of Flux Network. Well, Akash Network, imagine it being a very, very similar style project, but built on Cosmos with all of the benefits of IBC. It's pretty powerful. It's a very, very powerful thing. I'm very eager to potentially talk to Greg Osuri and Daniel Keller. I want to snip this little section. Guys, pay no attention to the title of today's stream. But Daniel Keller and Greg Osuri, guys, please consider burying the hatchet and just talking, right, publicly with me in a moderated forum. I want to understand why you both took the direction that your projects took the direction that they did, and then see if there's some way to talk about some of the shared problems that both your projects face, and talk about ways to amicably just have a bit of like a what's the word here, ecumenical outreach. outreach. You may be kind of like from a different side of the ecosystem, but there's no good reason that you couldn't assist each other in coming up with better solutions to the problems that you both face. That, and I'm just interested to see why you chose the route that you did. At any rate, I'd love to see it. I think it's interesting. I think it's, for the culture, for the people, it's the right thing to do. Guys, hit me up. You know where I live. I'm here on the internet. All right, so Akash doing great though over the last 7 days. Cosmos Hub right behind, Cadena, and then Terra. Everything else is in double digits, right? Like deep double digits loss over 7 days. All right, guys, that is our portfolio. We went over a lot more than we have in many days. I realized I went over the 8 to 10 minutes that I've been publishing recently. I hope it's okay, guys. Also was not able to live stream because of low bandwidth issues while I was away from my regular office. So hope you understand. Hope you're okay with that. Appreciate you watching all the way to the end of the video, guys. Let me ask you, this side of the portfolio, this side of the segment and the show, what do you get out of this? Have you been able to see any gems in this side of the show, the regular live stream, the Mind Your Biz markets, the mining signal, Mind Your Biz live? Have you gotten much out of this? Has it helped you identify some winners for your portfolio? Has it helped you identify some losers? Has it helped you right size your investments? Please tell me your wins, guys. I've been getting a little bit of pushback because I said something really mean about maybe GPUs not running. Or sorry, maybe I said something that was too mean about Jay's 2 cents not understanding mining and being out of touch with mining and kind of being out of touch with supply chain. So I don't know. Tell me, is Mind Your Biz okay? Do I always get it wrong? I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day. Is Mind Your Biz right every now and then? Hope this is helpful for you guys. Smash that like. Be sure you're subscribed. This is for the people. It's for the culture. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Remember to check out mineyour.biz, where you can sign up for Mind Your Biz Insiders, our occasional newsletter where we don't spam you, but we do send out occasional important information, including flash sales and important deals on privacy-preserving technology. This is one of the ways that we can talk to you without censorship and without the oversight of third-party media platforms. You can also check out the new Mind Your Biz phone, as well as merch or sign up to become an affiliate for anything sold directly on the mineyour.biz website. You can earn a percentage of anything that we sell. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.